Sorry for the glare. The sun has only just started burning through the, I guess this is a marine layer? I don't know. We're not that far inland, but it's been a nice, cool, overcast morning, and the heat's coming. Heat, I say, because this is Washington State, and heat is like 80 degrees today, so not actually particularly hot, even for me and my history, but certainly warmer than or on the warm side for the last decade or so of my life. Anyways, yesterday I met up with Brian Balland again of Pack Mule, and so I have a whole bunch more wild ales and saisons. It's like he remembered me. This one goes out to you, Brian. So today I'll be drinking Claim 52's Fuzzy V. I guess that's what it's called. Is Claim 52 the brewery? Yeah, okay. So Claim 52 Brewing, and it's their Fuzzy V DeLorean Wild Ale. I don't know. Modern can design makes you wonder what the heck is the name and what's just funky stuff on the label. It says Fuzzy V, and it says DeLorean, and it says saison, and it says AMC, which is the brand that makes DeLorean. And then in the middle it says Claim 52, and at least I can tell there's Claim 52 Brewing, so that's the brand. So I'm guessing it's the Fuzzy V DeLorean, maybe, but it's a different font, so I can't say. I don't know what I'm drinking, but I'll still drink it. That beer's happy to see me. Ooh, citrus notes. A little bit of herbal, like soft herbs, like chamomile. Chamomile and comfrey. So it smells bright. There is a tartness to the aroma, but not even like a lemon tartness, more of an unripe peach tart. But then mixed in with those herbal notes. It's pretty nice. The color is straw, unfiltered, and the head is rocky and quite white. Yeah, so it smells like a herbal tea with some tart, unripe peach kind of notes. Yeah. Let's see. So they call this a classic saison with fruity and spicy notes from the unique yeast strain. Unique yeast strain that's probably going to be a Brettanomyces version or cousin somewhat. There's a lot of breweries in the Northwest that do house yeasts, as in they took some time in the past to actually harvest a yeast and then breed it and develop it to produce the flavors they want, the sort of characters they want. So I wonder if Claim 52 has done something like that. I know Double Mountain does that. I know that I just had Fort George's Diamond Rain last night, their 2023 release, which was apparently it's a 4-year-old beer before they actually released it in 2023. And that was brewed in a cool ship, which means they actually have like an open vat in their, like outside their factory in Astoria, Oregon. And so it actually picked up the yeasts native to the mouth of the Columbia there. Not that that's a house yeast strain, that's just truly wild yeast, but they're noting a house yeast strain. It's just interesting, those breweries that have gone so far as to not necessarily buy a mass market off the shelf yeast and have chosen instead to develop their own house yeast strains. Oh, from further back, now it's like a spiced apple pie. Well, not the pie, because I'm not really picking up the maltiness, but like the spiced apple, the apple, cinnamon, nutmeg, coriander, allspice kind of aromas that you get into an apple, the apple pie filling. As you get closer, that apple pie filling kind of turns into the herbal notes from like the tea. So maybe it's like a chamomile and a cinnamon. It's really, really interesting that how different the aromas are depending on where your nose is. And obviously we've got a bit of a breeze here, so a lot of it's being blown away. If I'm in a enclosed area, the aromas would be more easier to pick up, maybe more concentrated, less blown away by the wind. But yeah, from back here, it's the sweetness. It's definite apple pie filling. But then when you get further in, you're getting that herbal tea with just the touch of a tart fruit. Ooh. Bubblegum. Tannins. Yeah, there's some funkiness going on here. There's a tartness, but the tartness is funkier rather than like fruit. It's like all this mash of herbal. Oh man, that is a significant funky middle on this thing. You pick up a little bit of the, oh gosh, and now the sun's just blowing me out, no doubt. You get a little bit of the apple, but it's really subtle. It's just like there's a slight sweetness to it, and then the funkiness kind of starts like the bitterness of fresh herbs, but then it kind of balloons and becomes this really big, substantial, earthy, woody. I'm thinking like cedar. Cedarwood has that kind of slightly sharp woodiness. Not really bright, just kind of sharp and herbal woodiness. And then it's nicely effervescent. And man, there's a lot going on here. The sweetness mixed with the herbal notes kind of comes across as a bubblegum at the beginning, but then that fades out to this tannic bite. And then you have this funky note that starts kind of thin, starts as like herbal, actually it's not fresh herbs, more like dried herbs, oregano and some of those savory herbs that I'll use maybe in an Italian soup kind of thing. And then that really balloons out, just blooms in your mouth as the beer warms, as you swallow it. And that is really the primary bittering part of this beer. And it's substantial. Like, it fills my mouth nearly as much as a really big West Coast IPA does, 10, 15 seconds after you've swallowed your fifth swallow. The hops have been kind of building and you're finally getting that peak bitterness. That's the kind of like just breadth of bittering you're getting in this post-swallow, but it's a funky, earthy, woody, a little bit of barnyard in there. This is, yes, when they say it's a classic saison, it has all the right notes of a good saison. I think it compares favorably with Goose Island's Matilda, which I never got to review on the channel, but prior to me starting this channel, I did a vertical where I bought 6 bottles of this Goose Island Matilda, and I drank it over the course of 5 years, like each one a year apart, and took notes. And just the way that it had kind of a peachy and a white pepper note and this really nice funky middle. This is funkier. I'm not sure why it reminded me of that. Just that was another saison that's really like high in my memory as a quality beer that was really well made and I really enjoyed drinking. And it was best at 2 to 3 years, whereas this one says drink fresh, which is why I am drinking it first of the several beers I got from Brian. Yeah, this is a good beer. It is not tart. It is juicy. It is funky. It's big without being heavy. There's a lot to it. Like, you can spend your time savoring it. It's not really a guzzler, but what saison really is, it's nice. I suppose this shows the weakness of having to cram all the good beers that I like into the 3 stars, but it's a 3-star beer. It's a very good beer. It is a really good saison. It's a saison I enjoy. Do you have to go out and get it? Actually look for it? If you're a fan of saisons, this is one worth drinking. If you're not a fan of saisons, you'll probably find the barnyard a bit off-putting because the barnyard is really present in here. I am going to have my wife taste it at least. She's usually game for at least one sip, and she will probably not enjoy it. Yeah, so, you know, it's not for everybody. Saisons are saisons. They're brilliant beers at what they are, and leave them for what they are and enjoy them. Anyways, this is me, Matthew. I've been drinking and definitely enjoying Claim 52's, whatever the heck this is called, fuzzy, you know what, it's not a V, it's this dog coat, like the brown and black and white, I can't remember what that's called, piebald? Color, and one of the Z's is long, and so I wasn't sure if that was a V and whatever. I think it's just the Fuzzy DeLorean. I'm pretty sure it's Claim 52's Fuzzy DeLorean. And if I'm wrong, well, just go find it yourself. Yeah, so me, Matthew, drinking and enjoying Fuzzy DeLorean by Claim 52. Suppose I should mug for the thumbnail, that thing. I'll catch y'all on the flip side.